What else falls under thou shalt not commit adultery? Like if God says who to marry in particular. Like right now, if y'all married and you cheat on her, that's adultery in God's eyes. Or you cheat on him, that's adultery in God's eyes. Also, if God says, my people, what else falls under thou shalt not commit adultery? Like if God says who to marry in particular. Like right now, if y'all married and you cheat on her, that's adultery in God's eyes. Or you cheat on him, that's adultery in God's eyes. Also, if God says, my people, what else falls under thou shalt not commit adultery? Like if God says who to marry in particular. Like right now, if y'all married and you cheat on her, that's adultery in God's eyes. Or you cheat on him, that's adultery in God's eyes. Also,
this is the book. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say nor whereof they affirm. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakach Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who still rule and teach well. And peace and blessings and safety unto the Lord's elect. This will be a quick hit, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, bringing the correct understanding to what you just heard. I mean, this guy is going way off. I don't know what is going on at the IUIC. Here it is. They talk law. But then they don't even understand the law of a man acquiring another wife. Sitting up here talking about that if a married man goes and get a woman who is not bound to a man, meaning she's a single woman, if he adds another wife in his mix, he's committed adultery. So that would mean that Abraham committed adultery. That would mean that Moses committed adultery. That would mean that Jacob committed adultery. It's not written in the scriptures. It's not in there. That's not the definition of adultery. What is wrong with these individuals? Again, 1 Timothy 1 verse 7, desiring to be teachers of the law. Somebody need to take the mic from that dude, man. I don't know what it, like I said, I'm in no position to really speak on Bishop Nathaniel. I'm speaking on the doctrine, okay? But I don't know what the heck is going on over there at the IUIC, man. That ain't nothing but the Christian church with the Hebrew Israelite twist, okay? Here it is, they shove the law down your throat, but they had never read the law that I'm about to read next. The law is the book of Genesis, the book of Leviticus, the book of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Have they not read the book of Genesis? Our forefathers had many wives. Beyond the book of Genesis, they had many wives. When was it called adultery? The reason why David committed adultery was not because he got another woman, but because the woman that he got, Bathsheba, she was married to Uriah the Hittite. And he committed murder and adultery to get her. 1 Timothy 1 verse 7, desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor whereof they affirm. This is madness. Yahweh Shah said, one jot, one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. St. Matthew chapter 9. That's the book of St. Matthew chapter 9. Let me see. It's been a while since I read this one. Okay, Slakia. It's actually St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law, right? The first 5 books, or the prophets, or any of the other prophets. Okay? It says, I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you. So when he said, I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill, that don't mean that it's fulfilled. So now everything changes. Okay? That don't mean that now everything changes and you can create your own definition of adultery. Okay? To fit the women in your congregation, because women spend more money, and IUIC is all about money. The scriptures prophesied of this. It said that they leave silly women captive, laden with iniquity. It says, for verily I say unto you, and the next verse proves that nothing changes. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. So the law is going to remain in its force. That's also written, that the law remaineth in its force. Scriptures tell you, husbands, love your wives. Hold on, let me get that plural message. Husbands, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives. Plural, not husbands, love your wife. Okay? Come on, man. This is basic English. Ephesians 5 and 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Yahushua also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. These individuals are not speaking according to the word. And it says in Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20, to the law, well, first 5 books, and to the testimony, the rest of the book, the testimony of Yahushua, which is the spirit of prophecy. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. See, they put on a good show. They got the nice flashy garments. They got the microphones. They got the chanting in unison, and the charismatic, if you will. But everything they're teaching you is straight up lies. And they over righteous. They ain't even doing. They over righteous and they over wicked. Because they in there telling you that you can't commit adultery, or that if you get another woman, you commit adultery. But then they'll tell a woman to leave her husband if he don't believe. This is a cult. This is a cult, a demonic, like I said, a Christian cult with a Hebrew Israelite twist. Exodus, this is not going to be long. Exodus Exodus 21 and 10. It says, if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So it says, if a man get another wife, the first wife's food, the first wife's clothes, and the first wife's sexual intimacy shall not be diminished. Okay, it says, and if he do not these 3 unto her, she shall go out free without money. So there it is, plain as day. I gave the examples of Moses. I gave the examples of, I gave the examples of Jacob. I gave the examples of Abraham. Okay, King David we know about. King Solomon we know about. Samson we know about. All of these men had multiple wives, and only one of them was guilty of adultery, and that's because the woman that he took already had a man. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, that's adultery. When you take a woman that is another man's wife. It says, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Okay? So that's what adultery is. That's what adultery is. These guys are twisting the scriptures. They're wrestling with the scriptures, twisting the scriptures to fit their own narrative and their own agenda, which, like I said, is a money-getting agenda. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16. It says also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which some things are hard to be understood, talking about the letters of the Apostle Paul, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrest, meaning twist, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. So not only do people twist the letters of the Apostle Paul, as you see in the Christian church, to try to make it seem like the other heathen nations are going to receive salvation. But then you have Hebrew Israelites that twist the scripture. I mean, the letters and all the other scriptures, and this is going to be to their own detriment and to their own destruction, because you're adding and you're taking away from the book. Revelation 22 and verse 19, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So you adding in your own definition of adultery by saying that if a man just happens to get another woman who's not bound to a man, who's not betrothed or is not married to a man, let's say she's a widow, let's say she's just a single woman, and this man goes and gets another woman, you was talking about that he's committed adultery against his wife? This is madness. It says, if any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. So, Lord, when this is edifying, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, calling Yasharallah, Shalom.